name is Steve Stevens, the best sports consultant money can buy. I make more money betting sports than anybody in the world. I'm the one that tells you who to bet. I'm not a bookie, I'm the Bookie Killer.
If money talks, then I got a lot to say. I'm on the grind trying to make $100,000 a day. With game that I pick, believe me, it's a winner. What I know could get you rich, cause all I pick is winners. Welcome to Las Vegas. Money talks, money talks. Welcome to Las Vegas.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're tuned into the VIP Sports Podcast. I'm Steve Stevens, a.k.a. the Bookie Killer, sitting here with my co-host, the Big Skipper. They call him the chiropractor because he's known to straighten you out, your bankroll, your attitude, everything. Good morning, Skip.
Making America's bankroll great again, Steve.
Now you're Skip Trump, huh?
We are, listen, whether you love or you hate the guy, I'm not here to talk politics.
Yeah.
However, we are making America's bankroll great again. And we are absolutely on fire. Congratulations, sir. You are on one hell of a run. We are winning. We're going to keep winning, and then we're going to win some fucking more. And like Trump said, you might get sick of winning. That's how much fucking winning's going on here.
Speaking of congratulations, we got to pat ourselves on the back. As you know, the VIP Sports Podcast reached 10,000 subscribers. I know for a show like ours, you would think 100,000 or 1 million. Mm-hmm. However, remember one thing. They're all real views. They're all real subscribers. They're all real likes. There ain't nothing fake about VIP Sports Podcast. Same with our Instagram. I'm the only sports consultant in the history of sports consultants that's verified on Instagram. That means I am who I say I am, a verified celebrity, hitting 72% on the Business Financial Network.
I say what I mean, and I mean what I say, sir.
November 1st, 2018, and boy, is this year gone fucking fast, dude.
It's insane. We're already in November. I can't believe it.
My God, your son has been out of school now for an official almost entire year.
Well, 5 months.
I mean, half a year he's been out of school.
Yeah.
I mean, tell me it hasn't went fast, dude.
It's crazy. It's insane. I can't wait till he's 21 so we can drink together.
Well, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to Kelly's daughter turning 18 so we can get her out of the house, not drink with her. She's done enough drinking for the next 4 fucking years. You know what I mean? So, nah, good kids, but we're excited, man. November 1st, 2018. If you're just tuning into this podcast, Skip, you want to tell them what the VIP Sports Podcast is all about and why we do this every day?
Well, of course. The VIP Sports Podcast is a spinoff of our television show that aired on CNBC called Money Talks. Steve is documented as the most feared, the most respected sports betting consultant in the country. He's got more money behind him than anybody in the business. He's got more contacts than anybody in the business. Money Talks TV show on CNBC, #1 business channel in the world, documented him as the best in the business, period. He consults the highest betting sports bettors all the way down to the average $200, $300 bettor. This podcast is a spinoff of that TV show, takes you into the life of Steve Stevens, the man, the myth, the legend. Myself, I run his office here in Vegas, Vegas headquarters here in Chinatown.
Absolutely.
Next to Mayweather's gym. Am I doing a good job with us? No.
I almost went to...
I'm stumbling. You
I
do.
almost went to sleep, dude.
Last
night must have been a rough night on Halloween, buddy.
I wasn't going to talk about it.
No. Halloween was a real big night for the Big Skipper.
It's my favorite night of the year.
You could
Did I go out last night? The question is, did I go home?
I did see a limousine outside. That wasn't you getting dropped off, was it?
God. I took my costume off, right?
Oh, fuck. Hey, you can stutter any podcast. I stutter every week, and I didn't go out the night before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't put me on a spot like that when I'm fucking hung over, bro.
I love it. I fucking love it. Anyway, the most important thing, ladies and gentlemen, is the podcast is all about the legalization of sports betting.
Right, that's what I meant to say.
And it's a sports betting show.
Right.
It's all about giving you the knowledge to be the best sports bettor you could possibly be. For you amateur sports bettors that don't know what sports bettor is, that's about to become legal in your state, we give you the knowledge, we give you the lingo, the breakdown, everything you need to know about the over, the under, the total, the side, but more importantly, how to make money.
That's exactly
paper.
That's exactly
provolone. You know what I mean?
That's exactly
that moolah.
That's exactly what I meant to say.
Hey, as long as it's about the money, that's all that fucking matters. Hey, you got the money, so you ain't got to worry about how it comes out. One thing about us, We can laugh. We can talk about it. But one thing about us is we back up every fucking thing we say.
Call me whatever you want, but don't call me broke.
That is a fucking fact.
Because you'd be lying.
You're right about that. Like I said, once again, November 1st, podcast 190, Skip.
Wow.
We're 10 away from fucking 200.
Unbelievable.
Boy, I don't know what kind of party that's going to be. Guys, let us know.
Another
you want us
reason-
to film 200 at Floyd's Strip Club? You want to see us go take $100,000 and make a bet? You want to see the sales room? What the fuck should we do on number 200? I'm asking you, the fans. What do you want to do?
Listen.
We should probably finally drink that bottle of Crown that's just been sitting there.
No more Crown.
With fucking dust on it. You know what I mean?
No more fucking Crown
I'm
right now.
talking about on number 200, not today.
Yeah, not right now.
Oh, yeah, you're buddy, you got a king on it. You got a fucking a crown on your head right now. You've been drinking so much.
I was dressed up as Crown Royal. Oh, my God.
What'd you do? Just put the blue velvet thing over you and just win as a bottle of Crown?
That's what I should have done.
That'd have been fucking great.
That's a great idea. Maybe
somebody should make the fucking velvet thing,
Yeah.
have the tie, and go as a goddamn bottle of Crown.
Just put holes in the bottom you can put your legs through.
Yeah.
It's like a bean bag. Like when you had the bean bag races, you just pull it up and
cut a little hole there for your cock for later on at night in case you got to piss or something.
That's it.
Or bend the old lady over. It depends how it is that night. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, advertising opportunity. If you're watching or listening to the podcast, you own a small business, you're interested in getting involved with the VIP Sports Podcast and this booming sports business, as you guys do know, it's a billion/trillion-dollar industry, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
That's what she said.
Yeah, you want to advertise with us? VIPSportsLasVegas.com. We'll get back with you with the details on you can become a sponsor of our show. We've got a great show for you today, by the way. We're going to do some previews. As you know, last week we did some previews, gave out a lot of winners with the overs, the unders, and what to do. We're going to do the VIP 5. We're going to do a little NHL and NBA. NFL against the spread, over and under. And guys, NFL is so tricky right now. A couple of you guys have, made comments on Sunday about how you're 8-0 and you hit a 19 parlay and you did this and you did that. Well, that's great that you're lucky betting in a fixed-ass sport, because anybody that bets big money or anybody that's knowledgeable that doesn't know the NFL is literally fixed without our comprehension within the fourth quarter, then you got to be one of the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever seen. You want to explain the fucking kneeling on the 4th-yard line. You want to explain the Niners just basically not even playing defense, letting them come back and score at the end. I can go over lists and lists of certain things. I can cap and I can deal with players, coaches, and CEOs, but when it comes down to the fourth quarter, if the NFL, for entertainment purposes only, chooses to do their own thing, there's not a fucking thing I can do for you.
Definitely a lot of shady shit going on, more than ever.
My point is, if you talk about you're doing good and you're betting good, don't talk to a guy like me, an OG, the best sports bettor and biggest sports bettor in the fucking game, about NFL. Because if you're a real bettor, your big money ain't going on the NFL, motherfucker. It's going on college and maybe even an NBA total right now, considering the total in NBA is high as it's ever been since 70 fucking 5, 6?
78, 70, something like that. Long time, 40 years.
So, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go do our thing. We're going to show you who to bet this week, show you how to get this money, and hopefully Skipper can make it with his major hangover he's got going right now from Halloween last night.
I'm fine, brother.
If you're watching this podcast on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our channel. When you click the subscribe button, make sure you also click that little bell. That way you get alerts to notifications of all the things that we're doing, videos we post. As always, we appreciate all the thumbs up. We read every one of your comments, even though, as we've told you before, we're not allowed to respond. I actually have access where I can respond, but it doesn't show up.
Well,
like
there's a reason for that.
Yeah, shout out to Joe for blocking me.
Yeah.
Like I said,
when you're blocked from your own comments.
Well, a guy like myself, never should have went on CNBC to start with. I wasn't used to someone saying my wife sucks cock and my daughter's a whore. So yeah, I said, I wasn't the guy that was picture perfect to be on television. Because when people said certain things to me, I fired back, and the executives at CNBC might not have liked that too much.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's trolling is one thing, and being a douchebag is one thing. But when they start getting personal like that...
Yeah, and it was hard for me to hold back. Yeah. So when someone says...
There's no reason to bring your fucking kids into it and put pictures of fucking penises...
A 3-year-old in my dick...
Penises in a fucking...
In my daughter's mouth, 3-year-old... Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
So when I responded back that I'm going to come to your house and fucking kill you...
That's when it gets
Well, no, that's when I let the troll and the stalker get to us.
That's when it gets well, that's a little bit more than trolling. That's some sick shit.
Shout out to the celebrities that have to deal with that shit every fucking day.
That's like FBI shit there. I mean, that's the kind of shit the FBI
That's who actually got involved. Shout out to Chris Barr.
I mean, listen, when you cross a line and you're bringing family into it and you're doing stupid shit like that, that's just insane.
Not to mention, if you're not real, I mean, like I said, just do your thing. I want to stay focused. That's the reason why he doesn't allow me to respond, because I am a kid from the streets, so are you, and we say what we mean what we say. We don't sugarcoat nothing.
No.
How about getting into the sports show that we have here today?
I'll sugarcoat your fucking bankroll, that's for sure.
And if you don't like it, you can sugarcoat my nuts and drop them right in your girl's mouth. Fair enough?
As a matter of fact, there's something really huge going on this weekend.
Hey, is the oven still on by any chance?
The oven is on. I mean, as far as the cooking's going well.
Okay.
Everyone that called in last week fucking swept the board.
Well, at this point, you've already cooked up a nice appetizer.
Yes.
Then last week, you cooked up a beaual main course. Is there any chance maybe you can cook them some dessert?
There is some serious dessert on the way, my friend.
All right.
Pay attention. It's going to be a huge weekend.
Guys, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, VIP Sports LV. Direct message us with any questions you possibly have. Let's go over 5 quick topics to start the show. Brought to you by our boys over at BetQL. Do you want to get an edge in today's billion-dollar sports betting industry? BetQL gives you powerful data at your fingertips, and it's the only mobile app that puts all the important research you need in one place. With BetQL, you can easily access line movements, public betting trends, historical matchup data, and other key information all in real time. Calculate returns on your picks and track them throughout the day using BetQL's cutting-edge technology. And best of all, you can download BetQL for free using your Apple or Android device today. Head to BetQL.co to download the only app you need this football season. That's BetQL.co, made by the creators of RotoQL, the leading daily fantasy lineup optimizer, trusted by DFS players around the world. Skip, let's do the top 5, would you, bud? What was number 1 on our list over there?
Well, last week on the podcast, we had 5 teams that we listed were trending to the under heavily. Guess what, Steve?
You thought it was a Statue of Liberty over at this motherfucker. Skip looked over at me, his jaw hit the ground. Boy, that's a motherfucking bomber right there, dude.
Oh, my God. What is that shit? Is that the Gelato Kush?
This is OG Gelato. Yes, it is. Shout out to my boys out there in the Yay area. I do love gelato, lemon gelato. Shout out to E40, be legit. Burner.
You showed me that shit yesterday. That is some gelato for sure.
Correct. It's very dark.
Speaking of dessert.
Okay.
Wow. Back to the show. We had 5 teams last week that we said were trending under heavily. And guess what happened? All 5 of those teams went under again.
I don't think maybe the voice fluctuation was there so they can understand what you just said.
North Texas.
Did you hear what he just said? We had 5 teams on our under list last week. They all fucking won. Mm-hmm. We gave you 5 totals to take under, and they all won.
All 5 of them.
Show me another fucking podcast out there that gives you more valuable information and winners than my show, and I'll give you fucking $10,000. Real fucking simple.
North Texas, Washington, UAB, Tulsa, Northern Illinois. We said all 5 of those teams were trending to the under in college football, and all 5 of them went under.
Guys, when I say that I'm the bookie killer and I'm the best in the business, even when Skip and I talk sports, like all these other ESPN people and Fox, this, that, even when we talk shit, I blow joints and we talk like men, we still give you 80% fucking winners.
That's all we do.
Period.
That's what I said. We're winning. Are you tired of winning yet?
God.
We're winning. We're going to keep winning, and then we're going to win some fucking more. You know, we're making your bankroll great again.
You know what's funny that I guarantee no other company has to deal with is winning too much. See, guys, to my competitors out there, when you get to our level and you deal with high-end people, you actually get to the point where you win too much and your client either bets more than they should or they're doing something that they shouldn't do, and they actually run. They actually don't. This is a guy that, I'm talking about guys that have paid $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. Out of nowhere, you make them 30 grand for the week. They want another 15 G's, this, that, and the other. What happens? They disappear like a fucking genie.
I'm actually having a few problems right now.
As we speak, right?
As we speak, with guys that are just absolutely winning too much. They're either taking what I'm making them and they're betting games on their own and blowing what I'm making them.
Or believing every guy that calls them or texts them.
Or they're just
Prostitutes.
They're so happy right now that they got their bankroll back.
Oh, they got their nest, huh?
They got their money back, and they feel like they don't have to reinvest to continue because they've gotten so fucking fat. Their bankrolls are huge again.
Who do you think's fatter, our clients' bankrolls or Khloe Kardashian's pussy?
That's a good question.
I'd say our clients' bankrolls right now.
Probably our bankrolls at this point. But what I was saying was their bankrolls are back again, and they feel like they could do it on their own. No reason to fucking pay Skip again and re-up because I'm sitting on a $30,000 I didn't have when the season started. So now they think they can do it on their own, and why pay the fee to continue working with me if you could do it on your own? I'm actually running into the problem where I'm making people too much fucking money.
What do you think I was just fucking saying? To you 5 people, you know your name, be glad that he didn't give me your name and number because I would have put you on motherfucking blast. I'm done with people stroking. You call VIP Sports, win tens of thousands and stroke us, oh, you're getting put on the blast list.
I got a guy yesterday.
We'll give all you guys their names and numbers.
I have a guy yesterday that paid me for a month of service.
You want to tell me his name and number?
No. He paid for a nice guy, great guy. Paid for a month of service. He actually sent me an 8-page text yesterday telling me how he's not going to renew for November. Thanks for everything. October was great. It was the best month he ever had.
This wasn't the guy that was 8-2.
This is another guy. This guy was 18-6. Or right in that neighborhood, okay? Thanks for October. It was the best month I've ever had in sports. I wish you and Steve the best. You guys are the real deal. I've decided I'm not going to re-up for November, and I just wish you the best. I mean, I got to tell you, I've been in this industry 23 years. I've never had fucking people tell. I've had it in the past. Don't get me wrong, but I've never had people more people like I do right now that are just taking the money and running and saying, hey, I'm not going to continue. I got so much bankroll I can do it on my own now.
So can you
look? You got to be out of your mind. So don't call me back with your tail between your legs when you fucking lose it all plus another 20,000 and then ask me to help you again.
So what is the message that we're trying to relay about this story right here? In other words, if you call our company, plan on dealing with us, plan on being honest, because there's 2 things that we won't do to you. We won't lie to you and we won't cheat you. This business takes 2 guys that are honest and 1 guy that can win.
Absolutely.
I'm honest and I can win. The question is, are you? Because if we do this business our way and you let us consult you, you'll get our results. Mm-hmm. If we do it their way, you got to run and scared to pay someone that's making you a ton of money.
I just don't understand how you could be 18-6 and tell a guy that you don't want to go and you don't want to continue anymore.
It is what it is.
Thanks for everything, but I'm going to take the money and do it on my own now.
Exactly.
Either that or you lost everything I made you. Either that or you lost everything I made you betting games on your own and you fucked up and you don't want to admit it and now you got to shut her down.
Guys, that's exactly what happened. So if you do have the chance to roll with us and you're blessed enough to work with us, don't fuck it up, please.
It's a long-term investment, it's long-term profits, and it's for big boys that love making money.
Number 2, we told you the Boston Red Sox, well, you know, I said Boston, I mean, I know it wasn't a big deal, but, you know, when everyone knew Houston and knew this and knew that, I said Boston would win the World Series. Mm-hmm. Sure enough, they were deep. Houston, I'd have to say the biggest disappointment in the playoffs.
Dodgers never had a chance in that World Series.
Boston Red Sox and their highest payroll in baseball, like I said, are world champions, defeating the Dodgers 4-1. But hey, listen, shout out for the Dodgers starting out so terrible in their problems and even making it to the World Series.
They had a
lot of fucking problems and they still made it.
Yeah, they had a horrible fucking April, as I recall. Yeah, and they did make it. They came back strong. Congratulations on that. Boston was just superior this year.
Well, there was a song, Dodgers did their best, but I guess their best wasn't good as it could have got, guys.
The Red Sox won 119 games if you count the postseason. Congratulations. What a hell of a year. The Red Sox in Houston are favored already again to win the World Series next year.
Watch out for Houston. They're going to have to get their shit together.
Why'd you have to make me sad, Steve? Now you got me thinking that baseball's not going to be around for another 5 months till spring training.
Have you seen your board?
Oh,
I wouldn't be worried about no motherfucking baseball right now, homeboy. I would not be worried about no baseball. You looked at your board lately?
Well, bring me back.
Oh, yeah, reality check. This guy, whatever you drank last night, bro, gave you brain damage.
Bring me back to reality.
Number 3, Kanye West on Tuesday said on Twitter that his plans on distancing himself from politics, alleging he's being used to spread messages I don't believe in. West says his eyes are now wide open and he's focused on being creative. Well, what you should do is have your mouth wide open and take my dick in it, because I don't want to hear from you. I don't like nothing about you. You're a cool dude. You're not political. You're looking ignorant as fuck out there. Your music has turned terrible, and I just can't stand you. But probably deep down, a good guy.
Listen, I got 2 words. Attention and marketing.
Oh, like I said, the guy's a marketing genius, but he's annoying, and I don't think anyone hears bullshit anymore.
You know what? Who gives a fuck about Kanye West?
I don't.
I mean, I don't.
I don't. No one does.
Listen, he's a great businessman.
Yes, he is. Well, I can't tell. He's ran his bankruptcy on his clothing line.
Like I said, 2 words: attention and marketing. All his liberal friends got to him, and all his buddies got to him and said, "Are you fucking out of your mind? Hanging out with Trump, talking this crazy ass shit you've been talking?"
If Jay-Z just would have been this little best friend that Kanye wanted him to be, he wouldn't have never been like a redheaded stepchild and have to go out and run his mouth and cause attention. Kanye, you got plenty of money. You're not Kim Kardashian. At this point, you just be quiet and collect your money. You know what I mean?
Sit back and
make music, fuck your girl every which way but loose, and start spinning her paper, to be honest with you, because her shit's stacked to the ceiling. You need to start spinning her shit is what you need to start doing. Shout out to all the guys that pimped on Chloe, because there's a bunch of NBA players that got no problem having that bitch pay the bill.
I don't either.
You know, and she don't either. Give me some long dick. I'll pay your fucking champagne bill. Think about it. You're a Boston millionaire girl. What's up? Can you fuck the shit out of me? I'll pay that bill. No problem.
Hashtag, give me some long dick and I'll pay your bill.
Goddamn right. That's a quote from the Kardashians book, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's not my quote.
Oh, fuck. Number 4, Tom Brady welcomes Aaron Rodgers to town Sunday night. Here's the question. If both healthy and in their prime, if you had to choose one quarterback to start your franchise with, Skip, who would you take? And the reason why I ask you is because everybody knows you hate Brady. But I think you'll be honest.
Well, actually,
you're starting a franchise, and they're both in their prime, healthy as fuck. And I'm asking you guys, too. You take Rodgers or Brady? I'll answer first. I'm taking Brady, no doubt. Who you take?
I mean, that's a no-brainer. And, yes, I can't stand Brady because he's a bitch. I mean, anyone that can't shake the opponent's hand after you lose the Super Bowl is a bitch in my mind.
So shouldn't that weigh into your answer of
no, it
your
shouldn't.
quarterback?
No, you asked me if I was the owner of a team.
Building a franchise.
And they were both just starting their careers.
I didn't say that. I said they were in their prime, healthy as can be.
Okay. I'm taking Brady.
Okay, me too.
Number 1, he's better looking. Number 2.
Yeah, you can market him better.
Yeah. Number 2, I'll get to meet Giselle at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking Brady.
Yeah, me too. And like I said, I'm not going to lie, though. Aaron Rodgers is right there. The guy's had a stellar career. He's a superstar. And I'm just wondering why they constantly, bringing up Brady and Rodgers. I know they're the best in the game right now, but little 5'1" Breeze is over there making history this year.
Yeah, well,
he's the only one catching in motherfucking NFL records this year.
All-time yardage leader in the history of the game.
Superstar pimp.
Superstar Drew Brees. Shame on the Chargers for letting him go. Oh. And I just got one other thing to say about Aaron Rodgers. Discount double check. Discount double check. Yeah, discount double check my nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, I'm taking Brady, but yes, Aaron Rodgers is a superstar that you would definitely love to start your franchise off with as well. One podcast commentator, Cortland Williams, said, all I heard was UAB and the under. Well, he heard right. UNB covered easily and the under. So, there was another 2 winners. UAB, you're making money, like I said, if you listen to anything
we did make it perfectly clear last week, UAB and the under. And sure enough, winner, chicken dinner. And I think Cortland, he's hearing things.
Yeah, he's definitely hearing things. And keep listening because the winners are going to keep coming in. Like I said,
keep listening.
UAB moved to 7-1 against the spread and 7-1 to the under, my friend.
You're going to be hearing a lot more. As a matter of fact, this would be a great time to really turn your ears on and let me tell them what's going on this weekend, Steve.
Well, if your oven's still on, is the pastries done?
You want to start hearing things?
Are you going to serve fucking dessert?
I'm bringing up dessert.
Then let me give you the intro. Let me give you the drum roll to bring you in.
Ladies
and gentlemen.
Call me the pastry chef.
The pastry chef. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our special segment with the pastry chef, Big Skipper. Can you smell what he's cooking? Yes, you can. Over the last couple of weeks, Skipper has ran a couple promotions in his oven where he gave some of the best appetizers and entree meals America has ever seen. They were licking their fingers so much, knocking on his door, people trying to buy his franchise to get more of his food. So what did I ask him to do? One more time, end the fucking home cooking meal with a dessert. Let these fucking people go out with a bang. Give them one more opportunity to eat and get full and get fat and get the fucking money. Skip, go ahead and serve that dessert.
That was a great intro, man. I don't know if they could smell what I'm cooking, but I could definitely smell what you're smoking.
Let's go. Who has more contacts? You from my marijuana high or my clients?
You're curing my hangover. You're definitely curing my hangover.
I was going to say, your mouthpiece is starting to warm up a little bit. It might be the triple reverse Sunset Sherbet I'm smoking today.
It's Sunset Sherbet.
Sunset Sherbet. Can you say that
10 times?
Sunset Sherbet, Sunset Sherbet, Sunset Sherbet, Sunset Sherbet, Sunset Sherbet, Sunset Sherbet.
You're not stoned. You're just getting in tune.
This makes me mental clear. It gives me mental clarity, mental focus.
Beautiful.
Determination.
Absolutely.
You ever heard of determination or determination?
Listen, here comes the dessert. He just told you what's coming. Here it comes. On a serious note, my friend, let's get serious about making money.
Make it quick. Here's this promotion.
I'm going to make it quick. Let's get serious about making money, okay? He's got his college football underdog of the year this Saturday. College football dog of the year. It's the strongest play on an underdog the entire college football season, and it goes this Saturday. You're going to get that game. You're going to get Sunday's total of the week. The best total on the board in the NFL this Sunday. You're going to get both of those plays for $200. Serious players only. 877-220-6540. The strongest dog of the year in college football. Sunday's total of the week in the NFL. And I'm going to throw in the Monday Night Football game just for the hell of it. Monday Night Football, I'm throwing that in as a bonus. Tennessee in Dallas in the Big D this weekend. I'll throw that in as a bonus. All three plays, $200. Call now, 877-220-6540. You must call this Friday before 5 p.m. Pacific time.
I'm going to make this deal even sweeter. If you call within those 2 hours and you sign up for, what'd you say, $250?
$200 flat.
You sign up for $200, will be $234 with the charges. You sign up for $200 flat, I'll throw you an absolute blowout winner t-shirt, absolutely fucking free.
There you go. Absolute blowout winner t-shirt.
That's a $40 value.
College football dog of the year. The strongest dog of the year goes this Saturday in college football. The total of the week in the NFL. Monday Night Football and an ABW t-shirt. $200. Give me a call. 877-220-6540. Let's go make some money.
Speaking of ABW, as you know, I purchased Absolute Blowout Winner. Yes. I own that site. Mm-hmm. I own the domain. I own everything. So don't try using it because I will sue you. Anyway, all the new merchandise. Poppy, how long till the new merch is here? Within about 14 days, we got the new Absolute Blowout Winner shirts. We got the new Absolute Blowout Winner hat and a couple other accessories as well. Be looking for those Absolute Blowout Winner condoms coming soon, too. Anyway, we're going to talk about NBA and NHL real quick against the spread. As you know, hockey is in full effect. We haven't talked about it as much because we've been so down on the Vegas Knights, and I'm going to be honest with you. Vegas people don't support it. I haven't been to a game. Knights are boring me this year. However, that's just what it is for me. I go to the stadium and it's still packed, so Vegas is still supporting the Vegas Knights. However, they're not supporting your bankroll. If you're betting the Vegas Knights, you're in the poorhouse, living under the bridge over there by the soup kitchen on Fremont. However, hockey is making us a ton of fucking money. You just got to know who to play. And Skip, I got to be honest, the money's been coming in the totals. It's not a side. It's not a puck line. It's not this team. It's that team. It's the fucking totals in hockey that has been getting the job done. Period. We're also going to talk a little bit about NBA because NBA totals have just not stopped. If you're choosing the right games and you're picking certain teams at the right time, it's almost too easy money. When you talk about the lines are soft, I can honestly say these lines are softer on the total now than I've ever seen since I've been alive. Now, keep in mind, I was born in '74. I'm being honest with you. These have to be the softest lines on totals I've ever seen, ladies and gentlemen, since I've been alive. And believe me, I was a 13-year-old young punk kid over there throwing in $20 tickets at Arizona Charlie's. Shout out to Arizona Charlie's on Decatur, stinky-ass place. Letting motherfucking 13 and 14-years in there at 1 in the morning, drunk as fuck, getting a 59-cent breakfast.
That's it.
You remember the 59-cent breakfast over there?
No, I wasn't here then.
Well, it was a local spot. If you're born and raised in Vegas, and you know what the Arizona Charlie's on Decatur was all about. Anyway, let's talk about NBA against the spread and over-unders. Milwaukee Bucks. Grab your pen and a piece of paper. I know you guys are always looking for some free information, so get ready to write this down. You ready? Milwaukee Bucks. And by the way, they never gave two fucks. I don't know if you knew that or not. Milwaukee Bucks. 4 straight wins against the spread, ladies and gentlemen. 5-1. 5-1 against the spread. Milwaukee Bucks are hot as a pistol right now. You might want to make sure they're on your ticket. And remember, parlays are for suckers. And I don't mean to call out anybody, but if you put a comment in my YouTube, or you put a podcast on, podcast comment in, or Instagram, and you say, I hit a 9-teamer without them, you're just making yourself look terrible, and you're embarrassing yourself because parlays are for suckers, and you're no sucker. Second of all, Sacramento Kings, ladies and gentlemen, 6-2. 6-2 against the spread. 4 straight wins.
Yeah, they've been, speaking of underdogs, they've been jumping up and covering as a dog here twice this week.
Correct.
Just the last couple days.
These teams I'm giving you right here are gems. We're not sitting here telling you take Golden State, Houston, this team, that team. No, we said Milwaukee Bucks, ladies and gentlemen. Top team to bet against the spread right now. Sacramento Kings. If you're telling me that the Kings have been on your ticket, you're fucking lying. You know, I mean, be honest with yourself and we can make some money. What's number 3? A team that nobody has been betting this year, Skip.
Charlotte Hornets. 6-2 against the spread to start the season.
Correct. And I'll tell you, a team that's hot as a pistol to the over, Toronto. Toronto 7-1 to the over.
Another over last night against Philly.
Well, Skip, you forget they made marijuana legal. The players can smoke now. Of course they're having good games. Of course they're scoring. They don't have to have a bitch put it in their ass and hide it on the bus.
A lot of pot in Canada now.
Buddy, listen, and you NBA players know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. You don't bring weed into Canada. It was just something that every rapper, everybody fucking knows. Now that marijuana is legal.
Now it's everywhere.
Players are able to, the Toronto Raptors are out there, smoke the fuck out, and they're scoring more than ever. It's not a secret. Now, what I do want to talk about is some teams that will leave you in the poorhouse and sleeping under that bridge where Skip fouled Al about 3 years ago. We love you, though, Al. You're my boy, Skip. I don't know, man. I've just been hearing your name a lot, dude. I don't know what's going on. Shout out to Poppy and the horse races. You know what I mean?
Let's talk about who's not hot in the NBA, Steve.
Houston, by the way. Houston, 4 straight losses against the spread. Not doing very well. Houston is a team that you might want to stay away from pretty much the entire year against the spread.
Another team that'll put you in foreclosure in the NBA right now, the Washington team is absolutely horrendous. They've covered one game all year. The Wizards are they're not making you any money.
They're not wizards. They're more like a broke down witch that ain't got no broomstick. You know what I mean? They're far from wizards. They're not figuring out nothing.
4 straight losses against the spread and only covered 1 out of 7 games so far this year. No good.
Correct. And then the team that everybody thought, you see, and I won't get into too much. LeBron can do, one player can win championships by himself on the East. You ain't doing that shit on the West. I told you that before. You're not doing that shit on the West. You need more than one person. However, love the Lakers, love LeBron. He's a beast, but they're also going to have you broke as a motherfucker. Lakers, 2-5 straight up and against the spread.
Terrible.
So if you have a bunch of money, Jason, shout out to my boy Jason out there in Oregon. If you take the fucking private jet down there and you go to the game and you're balling, just make sure you bet the other side so you can at least make money and have fun at the game as well. You know what I mean?
2-5 straight up and against the spread.
Very big disappointment for King James.
Very bad.
Well, hold on, though. Is it a bad decision for the Lakers or is it a bad decision for the groupie people betting on the Lakers? Because the lines are actually in favor to make a lot of money if you're going against them right now.
It's a bad decision, anyone that's betting on the Lakers.
Well, these people have discipline to go against the Lakers, yes or no?
Well, you should, yeah.
I do.
If you want to make money, you've been betting against LeBron for the last 3 years. I mean, the Cleveland Cavaliers against the spread numbers.
Hold on, last year,
they're horrible.
Golden State and Cleveland started off the worst against the spread, I want to say, for the first 30 days of the season.
Well, Cleveland with LeBron the last 3 years, if you bet the Cavaliers every game or a lot of games, they were one of the worst teams, if not the worst team against the spread the last 3 years in the NBA. The Cavaliers with LeBron. And now here's LeBron again in L.A., starting the season 2-5 straight up and against the spread. I'm sorry, but if you put your money on LeBron when it comes to beating the spread,
you're fucked.
Which is what this is all about.
Yeah,
you've lost fucking tons of money.
Not only are you losing tons of money, you're losing your hair like me and LeBron. You know what I'm saying?
If
you don't want to lose your hair over that shit.
If you bet on LeBron James in the sports book more times than not, you've lost.
Period.
Period.
So, be a fan and be a man and bet the other side so you can at least get paid. Let's move into some hockey, ladies and gentlemen. I told you that our team isn't doing too good. Vegas Knights are definitely struggling right now. Like I said, they never should have changed anything about the lineup. Not to mention Carlson, one of our key players. He's not doing anything.
I got a whole philosophy on that.
He didn't do anything he did last year. But let me just go over some standings. Tampa Bay, 8-2. Nashville, 9-3. Toronto, 8-4. Boston, 7-3. Colorado, 7-3.
The Avalanche out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Playing solid hockey.
Pittsburgh, 6-2. Unbelievable. Now, what teams are hot as a fucking pistol? Kings, 3-7. They will put you in the poorhouse. These are teams that are not hot.
Right.
The Kings will put you in the poorhouse, 3-7. Rangers, 3-7. What happened to New York Rangers, dude?
They came out on the West Coast this week, and didn't they beat San Jose the other night? Fucking Tuesday night, I think.
I'm talking about like as a franchise.
The Rangers. The Rangers are a legendary hockey franchise that are just absolutely playing like dog shit.
Yeah.
3-7 to start the season, not too good.
Guys, like I said, I just told you the teams that are hot: Tampa Bay, Nashville, Toronto, Boston, Colorado, Pitt. These are the 3 teams that are sucking cock. Kings, Rangers, Detroit. Do not bet those teams.
Another hockey town, Detroit.
That's what I mean.
I mean, they got to be furious up there.
There's nothing else to do out there.
I mean, they got to be just furious. The Red Wings can't win a fucking game. That's hockey town, brother.
Guys, I actually strongly suggest you go against those teams so you can make some money. Skip, we're going to go over a little bit of NFL against the spread. You want to tell us who's that brought by? Who's sponsoring that? Is that Paperhead?
NFL regular season is in full force, and if you haven't started cashing in on this billion-dollar industry yet, then shame on you. With Paperhead's player management software, you can take advantage of this booming industry and start earning serious profits immediately. Built by a team of experts with unparalleled experience and knowledge of the sports betting industry, Paperhead's exclusive tools will help you grow your profits the entire season long. If you heard me and Steve on this podcast week after week, month after month, all we've done was talk to you about Paperhead for a long, long time now. So do yourself a favor, stop waiting around. Not only are we giving the fans of our show the prime package for just $3 per head, but now they're throwing in 1 month for free. So you got $3 per head plus a whole month of their service for free. True live wagering, my friend. That's premium live wagering for an entire month, absolutely free, and all you got to do is sign up. So if you got the drive to start earning cash, Paperhead.com has the tools. They got the experience to get you where you want to go. Give them a call today at 888-978-0288. That's 888-978-0288, and they'll give you that free demo that I just mentioned. Don't forget to tell them when you call, Steve Stevens and the Big Skipper sent you over there, okay? Fair enough.
Oh, sorry. I was just talking to our producers talking about how hungover you are. I don't know how good the show was going to be.
What the fuck? You selling me out again?
Never, brother. Never. Anyway, like Skip said, we got some NFL news.
I need a break, bro. I need a break.
Do you? I tell you what, man. I just smoked a joint bigger than a fucking baseball bat. I'm losing my mind. Skip's choking. Let's take a little break. When we come back, we'll tell you how to get this money in the NFL. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
You do like making money, correct? I'm Steve Stevens. I'm the one that tells you who to bet. I'm not a bookie. I'm the Bookie Killer. Whether you're here in town on business or to flat out gamble, don't forget, sports betting is a multi-billion-dollar industry and you deserve your fair share. Call 877-220-6540 or go to VIPSportsLasVegas.com, mention this ad, and get a $500 personal play absolutely free. See you in the winner's circle. So did he end up putting the $100,000 on the game or not?
Yeah, I mean, eventually.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're tuned into the VIP Sports Podcast. I'm Darren Otero, a.k.a. the Bookie Killer, sitting here with my co-host, the Big Skipper. I will be honest, we're hungover. Halloween was rough last night. I don't even remember what we talked about on the first half of the show, so it is what it is.
It might have been that gelato kush you're smoking,
Well,
bro.
I did smoke a baseball bat of the lemon gelato, and it actually was phenomenal, and I'm actually mentally clear. So what do you say we talk about making these people some money, Skip?
Absolutely. I mean, we might as well just start out by saying this. One thing you're going to fucking remember for sure is the college football dog of the year.
The dessert dog of the year.
Yeah,
Come get your fucking dessert.
Come and get your dessert dog of the year. For dessert this week, the college football underdog of the year. The biggest bet of the season in college football on an underdog goes this Saturday, coupled with Sunday's NFL total of the week, the strongest total of the week in the NFL. You're going to get both plays for $200, and we're throwing in the winner of the Tennessee-Dallas game Monday night as a free bonus. 877-220-6540. Call for that dessert underdog of the year in college football and the total of the week. $200, serious players only. You bet these games for $500 or $1,000 apiece, you're walking away with $2-3 grand this weekend on a $200 investment. Be prepared to reinvest that money and make a whole lot more in the month of November.
Fair enough?
Fair enough.
All right, but hey, grab your pen back out, guys. We got some major shit to go over. We talked about Kansas City being hot as a pistol, taking over the league. We talked about, what teams are really, really doing it. The Rams tearing a fucking new asshole in everyone they fucking play. But one thing that I said last week is I said, watch out because the Patriots are getting hot again. I told you Tom Brady ain't just going to sit around and watch this young stud in Kansas City and watch the Rams quarterback be the kingpins. Okay? Real fucking simple. I told you that shit wasn't happening. You know what the result was, right?
Yeah.
New England beat the dog fuck out of the Bills 25-6. However, should have been more like 40-50-6.
Well, it could have been.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when you're in
Buffalo.
the red zone 6 times on the 7-yard line and can't score, that was a little concerning. We'll talk about that in a future podcast because that might hold the Patriots down from winning a Super Bowl is their defense and the inability to score on the 7-yard line, dude.
It wasn't hard holding Buffalo down. 25-6, easy winner this past Monday night.
Yeah, but the Pats are minus 5.5 with 57-point total. So
Yeah, well, Green Bay, I mean, New England, like we said earlier, New England and Brady and Belichick are hosting Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers. Discount, double check my nuts.
Correct.
We'll be heading into Foxborough or into New England.
I asked you earlier if you're starting a franchise, who do you like? The reason why I was leading to that is, as you just said, New England hosts Green Bay, a battle of the two best quarterbacks, in my opinion, in football.
Patriots minus 5.5 at home, and the total's
57-point total.
Correct.
As you know, I bet every game over because the stats this year is the bet over. That game, you better be very fucking careful with a 60-point total. That's all I can fucking tell you. We said the Saints are on fire as well. I said Drew Brees is a true celebrity, a true athlete, superstar, and at this point, you'd have to say world-class considering he's making history.
He is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, and hearing his story and how he came up and everything and watching him on the field with
Class
his kids.
act, bro, class act.
Gave me fucking almost a tear to my eye, brother. To do that to me is pretty goddamn serious. So
Oh, when the Saints
they come marching in.
go marching in.
Saints won their playoff rematch against Minnesota 30-20 in Minnesota,
Yes.
which was a statement. The Saints host the undefeated Rams. We'll preview this marquee matchup a little later, so stay tuned because I'd have to say that's going to be the game of the week. Besides,
That's a monster game.
well,
Yeah.
dude, I mean, you got Saints and Rams. You got
The
New
Rams-
England, Green Bay.
Yeah.
Those are two. Listen, Call is part of his promotion so you guys can make money on different games while you're able to just watch those games for fun.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Great point.
Those are the type of games that you can eat your chips and salsa, your chicken wings, and you have your little fucking party to and bet for fun. Why Skip has you on a game that you got 50 dimes on.
You can be entertained watching those games.
Correct.
However, when you call me, I'm going to put you on the best total of the week in the NFL as part of this weekend's promotion.
Kansas City finally lost against the spread, going 7-0, dude. The monkey is off the Chiefs' back, so, you better be careful. They've always been, am I going to lose this one or are we going to lose this one? Well, yeah, they finally lost, so they ain't got to worry about an undefeated season. They could just go play football. That young quarterback is going to be hard to stop.
Well, they beat Denver by a touchdown. The fact of the matter is they were laying 8 points. So they almost covered, just didn't cover by 1 point.
Correct.
So 7-1 against the spread now.
Well, like you said, they won straight up, 30-23, but the spread was 8. They won by 7, 8.5. But they are 8.5-point road favorites at Cleveland Browns this week, Skip. That is a game that I might be releasing a 6-figure play on. How about that one?
Oh, boy.
How about that, Apples? You got Kansas City only laying 8.5 on the road in Cleveland.
Well, the Cleveland Browns, speaking of the Browns, we told everybody last week the Browns were 2-2 in their last 4 games.
Yeah, they're 50%.
And we said that the Browns have a tough game coming up in Pittsburgh this week. Guess what happened?
They got pounded.
The Steelers pounded the Browns 33-18, leading Hugh Jackson, the coach of the Browns, to finally get fired. The Browns were 1-15 in his first season and 0-16 last year.
You can coach the. I can see you coaching the Browns, dude.
It's about. I wouldn't coach the Browns. Well, if the price was right.
What do you mean? With your motivation, you can turn them motherfuckers around within 6 months.
I don't like the cold weather anymore, Steve.
For the paper, you'll do whatever. You'll put your long johns on and go out there and clap your hands for the right amount of money.
For the right.
Could you guys see Skipper out there coaching in Cleveland? I can. I think you turned the fucking program around.
I'd rather manage a baseball team.
Would you let me do motivational fucking
Yeah,
speeches?
of course I would. I'd bring you into the locker room.
Okay, I was just making sure because, you know, these people are starting to pay me 20, 50 grand for an hour. I was just wondering if you'd let me.
Well, I don't know if I'd do that. I mean, it depends if the owner was willing to write the check.
Oh, so you used to be my homie. Now you act like you don't
I'd
know
rather
me,
be. I'd rather be a baseball manager.
Okay, well, we'll see what team would you like to coach, Skip.
The Phillies, of course.
Phillies, huh?
I would love to manage.
You would take that pressure on your back.
Oh, I would love it.
The big motherfucking Skipper.
It's my dream.
There's the coach of the Phillies with guys like you out there yelling at you. You're handling that no big deal.
Absolutely. I can't handle people yelling at me.
Okay, well, you'd have to. If you dish it, you got to be able to take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you are the guy sitting out on the row telling the coach exactly how he should be coaching the team.
Listen, Gabe Kapler, I'm coming for your job because you do some crazy shit anyway.
God, hey, Josh, William Morris, can you get fucking Skip over there fucking coaching Philly? What the fuck?
Yep.
Huh?
I'll take it right now.
Josh Pyatt, call me, dude. We got to get Skip coaching out in the fucking league.
And I don't need any long johns for that.
No doubt about it. Anyway, we said Detroit is hot, but the Lions failed to stay hot and struggled mightily against Seattle. And I said that would be a game that they'd have to win. When you fall to Seattle 14-28, that shows what your team's all about. Detroit is 5-point dogs on the road in Minnesota Sunday. We said Minnesota could, fuck it up for a couple teams. Minnesota has a strong fucking schedule, dude. I'm not lying. I mean, is there anybody that has a stronger schedule than Minnesota?
I'm sure there is. I'd have to look.
Well, you need to look because these motherfuckers play the toughest teams, it seems, back to back to back to back to back. You know what I mean? Let me ask you a question. Do you like Seattle?
I don't like. No, I don't like Seattle.
I don't like Seattle either.
Do
I don't like their fucking team. I don't like their mojo.
I don't like Pete Carroll.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like Pete Carroll. The only thing I like about Pete Carroll is he looks like Jimmy Spatz. When I'm watching the game sometimes, I think I see old Jimmy out there. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I don't like the way they play. I don't like their game. It seems slow. What do they got to do to change it over there?
I don't know. Get rid of Pete Carroll.
Is that what you think? They got to get rid of Spatz or what?
No.
No?
He's a good coach. I just don't like him.
Okay. Who would you put in over there? Just anybody else?
You.
Well, they just need to change the dynamic of the team because it's just been the same plays, the same this.
Would
Seems
you like
they're real predictable and they're fucking boring.
Would you like to coach an NFL team?
I go coach a team all day
I mean,
long.
if you had to coach a team, what sport would it be? Football?
It would be NFL or NBA.
Or
you know why?
NBA?
You know why?
No.
Because as a true champion coach, you already have the best players in the world. When you get them on an elite level, it's the coach's job to turn them into all-stars. And I think that I can motivate and work with them one-on-one and cultivate them just like a marijuana plant, treat them good as a little clone, work with them nonstop till they go in the bud phase.
Like you do with your
just treat them with 10 TLC.
Like you do with your clients.
Yeah, I think I can bond with the players. I think they can get behind me. They would know my determination and motivation for winning and willing to do whatever it takes to get the job done and not giving up and giving it 110%, leaving everything out on the field, being professional and doing your job.
So it'll be the NBA.
NBA for sure. Because it'd be a smaller amount of players that I can get together as a group. I can make them as a family, similar to that we did here to VIP Sports. You got your little 15, 25-man organization. You guys are a family. You run it like a mob. You let them know that it's us against the world. Nobody's better than us. The only enemy is ourselves. We're not in competition with anybody. We're in competition with ourselves. It's just like you and I, dude. You know, how can we be in competition with other of our competitors when a guy like you outright rooms?
Yeah, I don't even
like
care.
you outright rooms. We're not. Who would you compete with?
Well, I'm at the point where I don't try to compete with anybody.
But like, for instance, if somebody, like, let's say, Camacho over there with Kenny, and then they say, well, we wrote this amount. Like, you don't have anyone to compete with because you yourself writes what their entire room writes.
I don't worry about it.
Shout out to Skip writing 74,000 last week.
Yeah, I don't worry about it.
Okay. Well,
but anyway,
but as a coach,
the NBA,
that's what I would pull out of players, and I feel I would turn a lot of people into all-stars.
It's a tighter knit fucking family kind of feeling.
Correct.
And not only that, the NBA.
I bring their talent out.
And not only that, the NBA smokes a lot of kush.
And I'd make them feel good, and we would be high as a fucking Ben Franklin's kite. That's for goddamn sure. High as giraffe pussy. No doubt about it.
I would be as high as Ben Franklin's kite.
Oh yeah, higher than. It don't get any higher than that, Skip. You know what I mean? He went so high, he had a motherfucking lightning bolt hit the motherfucker. You know what I mean?
That's another.
Oh fuck.
That's another Steve Stevens quote. I will be as high as Ben Franklin's kite.
I have to finish this Seattle put down because I'm sure people are out there are tongue lashing me right now because here's the facts. Seattle's actually 4-1 against the spread, and its last 5 games, including 3 straight wins. Against the number. So they are making money. They are covering the spread. I just said personally, I just don't like watching Seattle. I just don't know what it is.
Well, Seattle's in trouble. I mean, I think they're in trouble. They're at home this week against the Chargers. And then
no, they're not in trouble with the Chargers. They're going to be in trouble with the Rams the week after.
Well, they're in trouble with the Chargers.
What's your thing with the Chargers still, man? Are you still a Charger fan?
I'm actually.
I thought like they fell, like they just let them float into the ocean. And
there's a hidden secret.
What is your deal? Because
there's a hidden secret about the Big Skip.
This fucking guy's always talking Chargers.
I have been a diehard Charger fan since I'm about 8 years old. I was a huge.
Well, I know this.
Well, the fans don't. I was a huge fan of Air Coryell.
What about the jersey you had that you had the picture of with the kid?
Dan Fouts. Dan Fouts is the man. He's my favorite all-time NFL player.
Where's Fouts from?
Dan Fouts. And listen, man.
How did you get the connection to San Diego as a kid?
Because when I was young, I just liked to watch Fouts light them up through the air. I mean, it was Air Coryell, my friend.
So at 8 years old, you're like, I love the way he plays. Usually at 8, you like the uniform. You like something about him. I mean, at 8 years old, you were breaking down plays?
It was just a big boy. No, it wasn't breaking down plays. It was just the big boy. I like the powder blue uniforms.
I got you.
With the lightning bolts.
There you go.
And
you like the bolts.
And the big boy with the fucking beard, and he was just throwing for 400 yards.
Looked just like you.
They were lighting them up for 40 fucking points every game. The only problem is they were giving up 43.
Right.
You know? They had no defense whatsoever. I mean, we had Charlie Joyner, Kellen Winslow, Johnny Jefferson as the receivers, Chuck Muncie in the backfield.
Hey, speaking of old time, Skip, I want to ask you a question.
So I got a little Charger in my heart,
and I want to talk to you.
Maybe I'll wear my Dan Fouts sweater next week for you.
So is that what it is? You love Chargers by nature?
Yes.
So let me ask you this, because and I want to make this clear if you guys are just tuning into our show. I don't have a degree in sports. I'm not a statistician. We don't have any algorithms. Last time I checked, Skip, information on who played in 1976
doesn't mean nothing.
Doesn't have any.
It's not going to help you.
Any relevancy, anything relevant to the game that's played today, does it?
Yeah, who won in 1976 is not going to get you paid in the sports book tonight.
Like, I can't tell you who won the Super Bowl in 81. I can't tell you who won the World Series in 1954. And honestly, frankly, don't give a fuck.
Right.
Has nothing to do with winning games against the spread today. Right, Poppy?
Couldn't agree with you more.
All right, bud. So what are we going to talk about now? Pittsburgh, we have to, because
I think what we should talk about is the way a fucking Gurley laid down on the 2-yard line in that Rams game last week. What? Did you see that shit?
Guys.
Talk about games being absolutely fucking predetermined.
I've had to hold back for so many years because, and I don't want to use the word fix because NFL is
right.
entertainment purposes only.
Right.
Listen, NFL's completely covered. If you look at the breakdown of NFL football, it simply tells you it's a game for entertainment purposes only, which means they can do whatever they fucking want.
Well, listen, I've always hesitated being in this industry for over 2 decades.
These fourth quarters.
To use the word fixed or rigged.
Let's see. What was the word you used?
I'm just going to say predetermined.
I love that word. I love that. So, guys, I think this year in the fourth quarter, the predetermined endings have just been way too fucking much. Skip, let's start with the 4-yard line.
The Rams.
We had the fucking game. Let's not lie to the people.
The Rams are 4-2-1 against the spread, but they have just one win against the spread in the last 4 games. They failed to cover last week against Green Bay. Speaking of discount, double check my nuts. Anyone that saw the end of that fucking game with the Rams laying 7.
It's a guaranteed winner and over.
Rams by 7. The line is Rams -7. Total on the game was 57. So the Rams are up 29-27, which makes the total 56. 2 minutes ago, they're up by 2. They kick off. The Green Bay guy fumbles the ball in the kickoff. By the way, they released him after the game for fumbling that ball.
Fumbling the ball. I'd have put him in the back of the fucking truck and drug him fucking home.
Well, they released him after the game, and basically what happened was the Rams got the ball back, and they had to score to cover the spread. So of course, what do? Gurley gets the ball. He runs it down to the 2. He could walk it right in. What does he do? He lays down to get the first down so they could just take a knee and run the clock out. The biggest predetermined bullshit. I could get into this for an hour.
I don't want to today.
They called it. A matter of fact,
we're going to have to do a predetermined podcast, though, because it needs to be discussed.
As a matter of fact.
But it'll take us an hour and a half.
I could talk about it for what happened there for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
How they called a timeout right before that happened.
Yeah.
The team that's trying to run the clock out, Steve.
Correct.
At the end of the game,
correct,
doesn't call a fucking timeout.
No.
Okay?
No.
But anyway, we could talk about that for 2 hours. As a matter of fact, if it's okay with you, I'd like to just rip the rest of this up.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm going to give the guys some gems, and then we'll end it. Go ahead and rip it up.
I'd like to just rip this the fuck up.
Go ahead.
Get the fuck out of here.
Go ahead.
I got to get on the phones, make some money. I got clients that are waiting on me. We've talked an awful lot today. The podcast has been wonderful. It's been great. We have a huge fucking promotion with your underdog game of the year this Saturday. Listen, if you don't call in this weekend, don't ever fucking call me. It's the dog of the year in college football this Saturday. $200, you get that play, plus you get the NFL total of the week, the best total in the NFL on Sunday, and the Monday Night Football game between Tennessee and Dallas. $200, all 3 fucking games. We could sit here and go over stats, give them all the free fucking winners we want.
Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about, and we're going to end the show just like you said. But I want to make one thing clear. We give out more gems in these podcasts than any other sports show. You can't find another sports show that gives this out. I have to mention this, Skip. We said last week we gave you 5 teams in college football, and we told you who to bet against the spread. We gave you Washington State. Guess what happened? Covered. We gave you UAB. Guess what happened?
Covered.
They covered. We gave you Fresno State. Guess what happened?
Covered.
They covered. We gave you Georgia Southern. Guess what happened? They covered. We gave you Utah State. Guess what happened? They covered. We gave you Virginia. What happened? They covered.
That's why I'm not doing it again right now.
The 2 losses, Texas A&M and Iowa. And Iowa was a team that was a hard loss because out of all of the fucking games, once again, that was a team that was a game that was supposed to be a power win.
Iowa plus 5, they lost by 6 to Penn State and Happy Valley.
That is correct.
Yeah.
So the only thing I want to do is I just want to go over, tell these people who to bet on in college this week, and I'll get them out of here. And that's going to be sponsored by our boys over there at BetOnline.ag.
Okay.
Brought to you by BetOnline.ag. BetOnline.ag is one of the web's most popular betting destinations, and there's not a better time of the year to place your action. NFL and college football regular season, NBA regular season, and the baseball postseason. It doesn't get any better than this, guys. With its management team together since 1991.
Wow.
BetOnline.ag offers wagering on nearly every sport and event possible. Once you're in action, you'll see firsthand why BetOnline.ag has an A+ rating, including the earliest opening odds in the industry, the best live betting software in the business, and most importantly, fast payouts. Sign up now for a new account using the promotional code STEVE and get a 50% bonus off your first deposit up to $1,000. That's the promotional code STEVE on any new account sign up. BetOnline.ag, because you can.
Yes, you can.
I told you guys, we gave you gems last week in college football. We told you who to bet on, and we told you who was going to get the fucking money, okay? What I'm going to do this week is I'm going to preview one fucking game. I'm going to tell you who's going to win, and we're going to get out of here because I know Skip's ready to fucking roll. We got to preview at least Alabama LSU, Skip. Number 1, Roll Tide. which is almost unfair the way they beat motherfuckers down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, shout out to Penn State for just being a pile of shit this season as far as covering the spread. What do you feel happened to Penn State, Skip?
Well, they've melted down a lot in the fourth quarter. That's what
melted down like gold, or what?
Well, they've melted. Listen, that team could be undefeated right now.
Could be. I could have a 19-inch cock, but I got a 7.
Well, they actually should be undefeated.
Oh, okay.
They've melted down 3 times in the fourth quarter. Really bad.
Okay. Well, I tell you what.
And they almost did it again last week against Iowa.
Well, let's just talk about the Crimson Tide traveling to Death Valley to collide with the number 4 LSU Tigers. Alabama's been scoring at will, racking up 433 fucking points with an average of 54 points per game this year.
Well, they play no one.
It don't matter who they're playing. They're out there pounding people.
Yeah, they're finally going to play a real team this week.
Yeah, and that's correct. And defense is the key to LSU's success, by the way. Surrendering an average of just 15 points per game, which is the 7th fewest in the nation. And what are they allowing? Like 27 or fewer points in each of its 8 games. So their defense is stellar. They hold people to low points. What's going to happen in this game, Skip?
Well, Alabama's 9-3 against the spread their last 12 games on the road.
Say that again?
Alabama 9-3 against the spread their last 12 games on the road versus teams with winning records.
Hello.
So when they actually So when they actually play a team that has a winning record,
they pound them.
On the road, they cover. 9-3 against the spread on the road. The last 12 times they played a team on the road that had a winning record, they've covered. The total has gone under in 5 of Alabama's last 6 games on the road in the month of November. One more time. The total has gone under in 5 of Alabama's last 6 games on the road in the month of November. And the total has gone under in 6 of Alabama's last 8 games versus LSU. So there's a huge trend to the under
yes, there is.
In the Alabama-LSU game.
Even though they're scoring 54 points per game.
Well, against nobody.
Correct.
They're playing a real D this week.
How real is it? 7th in the nation? They're not. You act like they're number 1.
Huge trend to the under. Now, hey, listen, it's a trend. Let me explain something to you. Just because a game is trending one way, and just because, 6 out of the last 8 games have been unders in this series, doesn't necessarily mean that's the way it's going to play out this week. We're just giving you what the trend is. The trend is Alabama covers 9 out of 12 times on the road when they're playing a team with a winning record.
Yeah.
And in this series, it's gone under 6 out of the last 8 times these two teams have met.
Get your money. Bottom line, roll tide is all I can fucking tell you. Guys, I'm going to tell you who to bet in college football. I'm going to tell you 5 unders that you need to bet until these teams don't go under. And these unders are brought to you by MyBookie.ag. We all know that watching sports is fun, but it's a hell of a lot more fun entertaining when you've got action on the games. Don't you agree, Skip?
I do.
You've heard me talking about MyBookie.ag for weeks now, and it's the one bet you'll be happy with the whole year long. Get your action in on this weekend's UFC fight between Cormier and Lewis and all the marquee matchups in pro and college football with MyBookie.ag. Created by online gaming pioneers in 2012. MyBookie vows to improve the sports betting experience where so many other brands have failed year in and year out. MyBookie.ag has delivered on its promise of excellence, customer service, and everything else you could possibly imagine. Make sure you guys go to MyBookie.ag, sign up now, and get the job done. Once again, MyBookie.ag.
And when you go there, if you use the promo code Las Vegas.
Correct.
All one word. Type in Las Vegas.
Correct.
They're offering a 100% sign-up bonus on all new accounts for one more final week. So go there right now. You get a 100% sign-up bonus at MyBookie.ag, but you have to put in the word Las Vegas.
You heard it right there from the skipper. Tell him Skipper and Big Steve sent you, would you?
Yeah, who you're betting on is just as important as who you're betting with, Steve.
I agree. Write this down, guys. These are teams I want you to bet in college football. And then because Skipper's been so chipper with his hungover, we're going to let him do the outro and motivate you guys. Because, you know, every week I like to inspire you guys and motivate you. So I feel since he made me read every commercial today, the least he can do is finish out the show.
No, listen.
Here's what we're going to do, guys. I want you to take these teams to the under. North Texas, they're 8-0 to the under. Washington, 7-1 to the under. UAB, 7-1 to the under. Tulsa, 7-1 to the under. Northern Illinois, 6-1 to the under. Ladies and gentlemen, it's November 1st. It's time to get your money up. The year's ending fast. Everybody could use some extra money. Let me be your huckleberry. I'll make you more money betting sports than you can possibly ever fucking imagine. If you're an amateur sports bettor and you've never bet before and you don't know nothing about it, give us a call. We'll help you. There's a lot of fraudulent people imitating us. If you want to know it's us, call us, 877-220-6540. I dedicate my life to eat, live, and sleep sports betting. Once again, I don't have a degree in sports. I didn't say I live, sleep, and eat for knowledge of sports, general information. It's all about sports betting. I win more games against the spread than anybody in the fucking business. And if you're dead serious about getting in this industry and you want to do more than make it a hobby, so you got people that do this for a hobby. This is how I put my kids through college, so I take it a little bit more serious than the average bear. If you're dead serious about making money, I'm for you and you're for me. I'll do whatever it takes to get the job done. Skip's oven is still on. He's serving one of the best pastries you can ever fucking imagine. And if you guys liked what his appetizer and his entree tasted like, well, then you're going to love his fucking dessert. You know I love you. To all our fans that had our back from day one, Skip, tell them how you're going to fucking end this show. Tell them what's going on. And like I said, I hope everybody had a safe Halloween. Be safe out there.
Bring November in a champion. Start November a winner. You've been sitting around. You've been waiting. I don't know what you're waiting for. It's November. Give me a call at 877-220-6540 and let's get paid. It's the college football underdog of the year this Saturday. It's the NFL total of the week this Sunday. Both games and the Monday night winner, Tennessee and Dallas. All three games, $200. Start your month off a winner. Fair enough?
If money talks, then I got a lot to say. I'm on the grind trying to make $100,000 a day. We play with big cash and we blowing money fast. Riding in a plush Benz trunk full of money bags. I need a G for every light bulb on the Vegas Strip. Naked bitches in my mansion dancing to some player shit. Made a grip on the grind, but I started out with nothing. Dealt me a bad hand, but I still won bluffing. I'm Steve Stevens. I make G's when I'm sleeping. Some cowards shot me up 'cause they ain't want to see me breathing. Nice try, but my bosses never die. Fresh out the hospital, stitched up, getting high. In the game that I pick, believe me, it's a winner. What I know could get you rich, 'cause all I pick is winners. I ain't perfect, I'm a sinner. All about making wages. We love to gamble out here. Welcome to Las Vegas. Money talks.